Well, hello and welcome to the Blueprint. So this game I think is currently free on PlayStation Plus, and somebody suggested it to me because apparently I fit the bill for the right person for this game. Apparently it is think like Myst kind of is a roguelike puzzle game. So we're going to go ahead and check this out. I want to start a new game actually. Um I had to start a new game because I wanted to try out, like, make sure that I could keep my old save. So let's go ahead and play this game. We're just going to play probably about an hour of this, but I very easily put in about 4 hours on accident last night. So, that's why we're playing this today. If you like Myst, if you like Riven, it's going to probably be similar to Up Your Alley. If you're into like roguelike, think Slay the Spire type thing, or if you've ever played Mansions of Madness or Betrayal, I think House on the Hill, but there's a lot of different ones. Betrayal Legacy was one of my favorite of those because it was like a changing game. I can't get it anymore because I'd love to play it over again. But I'll show you as we get into this. So I have actually played a little bit of this, which is a little different than normally how I do this, but I wasn't sure I was going to like it, and I actually really did like it.
I, Herbert S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament, and hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me. I give and bequeath to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly. The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse.
I wouldn't really worry about that.
Whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993.
I was 5
Herbert
in 1993?
Sinclair.
I don't know, that's not relevant to the story, but here we go. There's a lot to this, so we're not going to dive too deep into all of the puzzles and stuff because there's some big ones in here and I don't want to do that. Instead, we're just going to explore as we would if you've never played before. I would highly suggest, actually, if you're going to play this game, to have a pen and a notebook nearby in order to write notes because you are going to need them. So here's how this works. So first things first, let's go ahead and grab this. This is a permanent item that we have, which is the blueprint, and we can now access it by pressing R2 right here. This is the blueprint. As you can see, there's a couple things we can do here. We can call it a day, but we can also look at the different rooms. So right now, all we have is the entrance hall. We'll get to this in a second. There's also this chamber up here that we can't get to, and you can call it a day. But let's read this first. Open only in the event of my death. Simon, welcome to Mount Holly. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy, and I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. By the time you read this, I will assume you're fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of the bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission covered in the fine print of my will that I should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought onto the estate from the outside. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken, and you may not stay overnight. There's actually a tent outside. We'll get there. Maybe. Actually, we may not get there. I don't suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself. It is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and not rely on the successes of the previous day. One final word of the advice. Do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half century, and even I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. That is so... Why? Your grandmother used to say, don't go where the path leads, abandon the path and go where you want it to lead. With all my love and wishes, best of luck. Okay, so basically what's going to happen, I think this actually tells you, each time you enter a room, you will lose 1 stamina, and up on the top left is the stamina bar. We have 50 stamina. Now, there's a couple of things here that you can look at. There's like a little drawing here. There are 2 pictures of cards and some statues. Make note of literally everything in this house because it's probably part of a puzzle. Now let's go ahead and just go this way to start with. Now when you try and go into a room, you get to draft a room. For example, I have a closet, a hallway, and a bedroom. I'm going to do the hallway to start with. Now that I've drafted that room, I can actually enter it. Now I'm not going to right off the bat. I'm actually going to go ahead and draft these 2 rooms as well. This isn't something you have to do necessarily, but it is something I like to do because I don't have to backtrack. And early on, I want to go ahead and see what rooms are available because it can be very frustrating. I'm going to go with the parlor here because we've got a puzzle in this one. Now let's go. I'm going to start by going into the nook here. Now, as you can see, our stamina went down. Let's see here. We've got, I don't know what that is. We've got a picture of a prayer and some lag, a crowbar. Now here we have a key. So we get our first item, which is a key. Looks like there's some bookcases in here. That one's got a rook on it. Interesting. I don't know what's up with the lag, but it is something that I've noticed even on my Steam Deck. As you continue on your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. Yeah, probably for the best. You never know what you're gonna find, so okay. Let's go ahead and draft. Ugh. Now, as you can see, if I go ahead and bring up the blueprint map, you can actually see where and how the place will be drafted. I'm gonna go ahead and do the guest bedroom. I get 10 stamina. Also in here is a gem and a note. Sinclair, I just wanted to write you a quick note thanking you for the weekend. I had a thrilling time on the hunt with Lord Evanson, whose peculiar personality somewhat made up for your own absence. I also got to appreciate your new game in the billiard room. It's been ages since I've seen the billiard room in the house. I was beginning to suspect you retired the floor plan. It was well worth the wait though, as I always enjoy your mathematical puzzles and appreciated that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. Interesting. So there is a billiard room in here. So we've got a pawn in here, and we've got, looks like a staircase and some stars on the pictures. Looks like we've got an anchor in here. So what's gonna happen is when we do go to different places, things will change. So that's something to keep in mind. All right, let's go into this room here. We've got 3 boxes. This is a puzzle room. Oh yeah, we do. We have a bridge and a bride. Interesting. Let's go ahead and read these notes. Dear Herbert, it was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate with the old hams this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, it had been quite a while since we had been seen in decent society and were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charms. I have no delusions that my company is rival to hers. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlor game I had played some years back involving 3 boxes of different colors. Okay, so basically here's the rules. 1 will be true, 1 will be false, and only 1 will have stuff inside it. All right, so we get the wind-up key. Let's go ahead and see what we got here. We've got, this box is black. The gems are in the true box. This box is blue. So this one's telling the truth. This one's telling the truth. This one is lying. So because of that, the gems are in here, and we get 2 gems. It's pretty obvious to me, but if you struggle with things, puzzles, I can kind of understand why you might struggle. Ooh. I'm gonna go with the closet on this one. We're just gonna end this haul. There's a key, and what is this? Lucky rabbit's foot. Greater chance of finding items. We don't get to keep that. Oh, by the way, in the closet is a bat and a boat. Or like a, not a boat. Bathtub. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go into the hallway here. Ooh, what's this? Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. Interesting. So that's a warning. Doesn't look like there's any items in here. That's blocked off because it goes into the closet, so we don't get to go that way. All right, let's see. Looks like the office is going to be what we choose because if we want to continue on, we're going to need to do that. What's in the office? Looks like we've got a computer. What is all this? Looks like we've got an upgrade disc. So we can upgrade a floor plan. Beautiful. We've got 233 deposit box key and a note here. The antechamber lever is in the greenhouse is broken again. I don't think there's enough time to put in another work order before Simon arrives, so just make sure the west and east levers are operational. What's in here? Oh. There's a... Interesting. Looks like there's a safe in here. What does this say? Bridget, please check if any books matching these titles are available for purchase in Reddington. Flight of the Queen, March of the Count, Fall of the Lord, Passing of the Barons, Herring of the Manor. Had a little trouble reading the Baron's writing, so I'm not sure if the last title is intended to be hearings or herrings, but knowing Herbert, I suspect either would be suitable. However, March of the Count is in black rather than red, so that is interesting. It looks like we have a safe here. However, we do not have the code for said safe. And it doesn't look like, I don't know. No, that didn't work. So I don't actually know what the code is there for this. Now, we go to this terminal here. Since the office looks like we can run payroll. After running this process, checks will be placed in each staff member's room. This includes each servant's quarter and maid's chamber currently on the estate. Sure. We can also spread gold in the estate, which allows us to spread coins. We can use coins to do a variety of things. And we can also log into the network. However, we don't know the password. And it looks like the password is actually very long. Possibly. Interesting. However, one of the other things we can do here, since we just picked it up, is we can actually upgrade a room. And it looks like we're going to upgrade the storeroom. I didn't get to choose that. We now have a chance to upgrade it. The options we have, make it have 2 keys, make it have 2 gems, or 10 money. Let's do the 10 money. Money's pretty useful. Okay. So that is permanently upgraded from here on out. Let's see. Let's just take a quick look around this room. I can't quite get that gem up there. I guess it's just decoration. Yeah, I think that's telling us something. Let's see here. Anything else? There's just some origami. None of this looks particularly interesting. Looks like we've got a deer and a tag on there. Looks like the queen. No, that is not the queen. That's a bishop that's in here. Interesting. Well, let's see what the floor plan we have now is. We have a bedroom, we have a den, or we have a chapel. Let's do the den. There's a gem in here, so let's grab that. Looks like there's some geese in here. There's a pawn. There's a car and a mine cart on the wall. Not really seeing anything else to interact with. Multiple clocks. It is... It is 9... Like almost 9:30? Oh, that's actually moving. Oh, that's weird. I don't know. I didn't expect it to be moving. I don't know why I didn't expect it to be moving. Anyway, let's move on. What do we have now? We have the spare room, laboratory, and nursery. Let's do the spare room because, again, if we want to continue on, we're going to need to do that. Looks like the spare room is pretty empty. Oh, yeah, you can look outside sometimes. Even, well, yeah, it makes sense in this particular room because it's against the side of the... Let's see. Let's do the pantry. We've got an apple here that we can eat. Very nice. We've got some money. Bridget, please pick up some more fruits before Friday, as we have just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house next week. 50 steps should be more than enough, so I think an even spread would be ideal. 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. The enclosed amount should cover expenses, but please bring back any change from the order and leave it in the pantry. Let's see. Anything in the pantry of interest? I mean, we've got some pictures. Desert and an ampersand? Interesting. I don't really see anything else of interest. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Again, a little bit of grind. I think that's just me, honestly. I'm gonna do the chapel here. So when you go into the chapel, unfortunately you lose a little bit of money. I don't think there's really much here. This is the bishop, the one with the cross on top. That was a king, wasn't it? You know how long it's been since I've seen a chessboard? Like, legitimately, it's been a while. Okay, we found our first locked door. You have to have keys to get in locked doors. Let's see, we've got security, wine cellar, or storeroom. I'm gonna do security because we just don't have enough doors. So I'm actually surprised we found this the first day. Why is the music so ominous in here? I have genuinely no idea why this is so ominous. Yeah, so you can see a variety of different rooms in here. I don't know why we can see these different rooms, but we can. Some of these are ones we found, some of them aren't. That's right. Blue memos are true and red memos are lies unless written by hand. You can kind of see it underneath there. And actually, I missed that the first time. So red memos that are written by hand are true. Okay, well, let's go in here real quick because there's a red one right here. Yeah, so until further notice, the antechamber has been unlocked and access levers are no longer required. Well, that's a lie. This is true. Keycard access security doors are more likely to appear in the higher ranks of the estate. Likewise, as a redundant security measure, normal doors in the estate will also be more likely to be locked as you progress north. We've got a stage and a plant staff notice. Payroll for all live out and seasonal staff will be managed electronically. So let's see. Do not fail to clock in and out of one of the electronic computer terminals in the estate, so they can be found at security, where the punch-in clock used to be, and the laboratory. So it looks like there's a couple, and I can't read the terminal password, but it looks like it starts with an S. So That's interesting. Grindy. Let's go ahead and look at this terminal. It's not as grindy on my Steam Deck. I don't know what's going on here. So we can view the estate inventory. So there's 15 coins somewhere. We have a key card system. So the key card system is currently operational. So we can actually set the key security level. Determines the amount of key card doors. So 1 or 2 with low, or 5 or 6 with that. And let's see. This mode determines the default setting of the security doors. Will be set to if the power is lost during a blackout. So let's go ahead and set it to unlocked. So if the power goes out, we can do that. And yeah, we can log into the... So all we know is that it starts with an S. So we don't know what the terminal password is, unfortunately, at this point. Okay, so done all of that. Is there anything else here? I didn't really see anything else. No, just some vents. There's a night in here. So that's interesting. Let's go south first. So we've got a bedroom. I think we're going to choose that one. And we also have a kitchen. Yeah, we're going to choose the bedroom. So basically when you go into the bedroom, you get to step every time you go in here. Greetings from Reddington. Interesting. That's pointing downwards. I wonder why. What's this? It's a sleep mask. When you enter each bedroom, the first time you enter each bedroom with a sleep mask, you get 5 steps. So that gives you a little bit of some reason to go into the bedrooms. Huh. I wonder who that is. Looks like there is a pawn in here. All right, so let's go ahead and choose something that ends. I'm going to choose the storeroom in this case. So it looks like we've got like a ton of coins. There's a lock. Where's the other one? And a clock in this particular room. Those will change. And there's also a pawn in here. So just to be aware. Okay, so we get 2 more for going in here, but we get to leave. Oh, we've got 5 because we entered in there for the first time. Let's go ahead and go this direction. Let's unlock it. We have a key, so sure. Let's see. We have the boudoir. We have a bunk room, and we have a drawing room. Let's go ahead and do the drawing room so we have additional ways to exit. Let's see here. This one's got a tiger and a snack tray thing. Also, there's a lot of drawings in here of horses and things, which is very interesting. A pawn is in here. Ooh, what is this? Oh, this basically basically tells you that every time you touch a door, you will get to draw, but you can actually redraw. So let's go ahead and go over here. Let's see, in this particular room, let's go ahead and do the maid's chamber. Ooh, actually don't want to do the maid's chamber. Let's go ahead and redraw the floor plans. Sure. Let's actually do the courtyard here. But let me turn around and let's go ahead and unlock this door as well. So let's see, we've got the dining room and the commissary. I think the dining room, that gives us an extra door like that. I'm gonna go with the dining room first. So when we get to rank 8, if you look down at the bottom right, it says dining room rank 5. As you continue, you will slowly get a higher rank. There's a pawn in here, a chart, and a minecart. Interesting. And it's pretty important to note that happens. Oh gosh, we are out of keys. East Wing Hall, Observatory, Bunk Room. I'm gonna choose the hall. Is there any items in here? Sometimes there's a key in here. Not this time. Let's see. We've got a tent and a little tag. There's a boat out there. What the heck? All right. Let's go this direction. We have the rumpus room. We have a secret passage and a breaker box. I'm gonna choose the rumpus room. in this particular case. Oh, we can insert a coin. I don't think I've ever seen this room.
And as it was foretold, I am awakened.
Oh god.
Of the dropping coin.
What in the
Find
horror?
yourself face to face with the great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to look into your future. The image is becoming clear. I see a boy standing on a shore of white sand. He is looking for something. Something he was told he would not find. I see a black cat tied to a red flag. I hear the wind blowing, but the flag does not stir. I see a door marked by a rogue moon. A door that is always locked, yet has no key. It is the door you have been searching for, yet will not find. A lost room beyond the dark waters. What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara. Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
The hell was that? Alright. Moving on. Guess I'll be seeking this out because, what in the heck? Alright, well we have some money here at least, so that's kind of nice. Got some of our coins back. What do we got over here? We got a radio. Can't do anything in here. It looks like we've got a, I don't know, some sort of beach and a coat, so that's interesting. I'm not seeing anything else of interest in here. Is there a chess piece? That's not a chess piece. Not in there. I don't see a chess piece in here. I see a fish. You guys ever remember these talking fish? Yeah, that was a thing. I think they still exist, but I don't know. All right. Thanks. I don't know what to do with any of that. Let's see. I don't have any coins for the kitchen, unfortunately, but let's do the bunk room. Counts as 2. Let's go ahead and go inside here. So it means we should get, some keys. Oh, thank goodness. There's a lockpicking stuff down there. Interesting. Who put the hamster in here? This room is like occasionally lost to space and time, and there's a hamster in here. Today is a good day because Simon is at camp and he is not as much fun as my friends. I will not have to share my toys, and I will not have to share my room, and I will not have to share my snacks. Having a other brother is not as much fun as they told me it would be, but today will be a good day because he is at camp. Herbie is mean and really stupid, and today is a good day because I threw away his airplane. I also had more fun at camp than he has had in his entire life. Today is a good day because I got my brother in trouble for reading my private journal without my permission and writing mean things in it too. He also threw my model airplane in the bushes outside, but I got it back, and if he does it again, he will not get to go to the park on Friday, and I will make sure he gets no presents for his birthday. I don't need any presents because I have my brother's book because he won't stop writing about me, and today is a good day because I know he cries when he can't find his book even though he is older. He is a crybaby. Today is a good day because today my brother returns from college and I finally get to return to him the book I took from him a long time ago. Hopefully you find it as hilarious as I do. I honestly have no idea how we survived sharing a room. All things said, I wouldn't have it any other way. I still would rather have had a sister. Congrats on the diploma and welcome home. Yeah, that's cute, actually. That's actually really adorable. I know, like siblings can be really mean to each other, but I feel like they probably actually really care for each other now. And it looks like Simon found the book and returned it to his brother. So that's actually very sweet. I don't actually see, I mean, there's a window and there's a plane. I don't really see anything else in here of interest. So let's head on back to the courtyard, actually. I don't have anything to say about that. That really creeped me out. I wasn't anticipating a cutscene. I played for 4 hours and I did not get that. I think it's because I spent a good portion of that wandering around just aimlessly. All right, so we have a couple things in here. Let's unlock these doors. Let's go ahead and open these doors first before I interact with anything. That's what I was afraid of. This door is locked. So let's see, we've got a corridor and a gymnasium and the observatory. I'm gonna do the corridor. That means that door will be unlocked. I'm gonna go ahead and do this door too. Okay, we've got a workshop and a locksmith. Let's do the workshop because we still need some stuff. Let's go ahead. We've got this little chest over here, so let's go ahead and unlock it. This trunk is locked. Looks like we got 2 keys out of that. Okay, so that was actually... Can you give me the key? Give me the key. Give me the key. Okay. That was actually worth it. Let's head this way. This room has... I have no idea what that is. And a coat of some sort. Okay, doesn't look like there's anything in here. This is unlocked. Let's do the conference room. Because there's really no other reason. So basically this room, if there's any items in here, things will be here. Oh, so we've got a deposit box key. Oh, it's a different one. This is a safe one. This one is 304. So sometimes rooms can spread items. That's all this is. That's that little symbol there. And but if you're in the conference room, items that are spread across the place are actually in here. What is this red note? Now we learned that red notes, safe code 9083. That is not written by hand, so we know that is a lie. Okay. There's a tie and one of those little snack thingies again. Interesting. Okay, let's go to the workshop. Now the workshop's interesting because if you saw... Oh, by the way, this is like dirt. And we could dig stuff out of it if we had a shovel, which we don't, so... The true box does not always contain the prize. Which we knew that. It's like there's more pictures on the wall here. Oh, hello. So the sledgehammer can shatter padlocks, so we don't need to unlock that. We've got a musical sheet here that... Stones cut by hand and letters wrought do spell our secrets carved from thought. A message read or message read is often lost. Among the bold words spoken soft, the note is read, the letter is not. The word message here is in bold, so interesting. And there is a slab with an A on it. I don't know what any of that means, but if you come here, looks like we can combine inventory items to create new items. I don't think any of this would work. Yeah, none of these are going to combine, so we can't really do anything with that right now, but good to know, I guess. I really hope we unlock something with multiple doors. Ooh, the pool here. Oh, crap. Well, we can't do that because we don't have any gems. So we either do the utility closet or the lavatory. I think we're going to do the lavatory. It was 40 minutes. I don't really see anything in here. Tie and a clock. Interesting. But as you can see now, we have no rooms that we can go to. So the best thing that we can actually do is just call it a day. Now, if there's anything, do you have extra time like I do, like stamina, you can definitely wander around the house and check for things if you want to, but there's really no reason for me to do that at this point. So let's go ahead and I think I can just come in here and call it a day. We're going to do one more day because I feel like it. So at the end of each day, We got the east-facing villa. As you can see, more of the rooms are on the east side. We have 25 rooms. We have 7 rank. We took 36 steps, and we found 6 items. And then you can save and continue, or you can save and quit, depending on what you want to do. And this is kind of how each day goes. There's a lot of things we didn't find yet. So it is day 2, and we always start with this little cutscene. And for the record, there are a few things that I'm not going to do today. So yeah, now what I'm going to do, since I've done all of that in the past, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of dive in to moving around. I'm just going to grab things. I'm going to make note of things that are a little different, but for now it should be fine. Let's go ahead and do, oh my God, let's do the bedroom over here. Starting out strong. Really hope you guys can't hear the cooler clicking off. I don't see any gems or anything in here. Let's do... I'm gonna do the chapel. I don't have any coins right now, so it actually can't take any coins from me, and I can just exit that direction if I want to. So that might actually be kind of useful. Let's see here. We've got... Let's do the spare room here. And check for coins and stuff. Let's see. I don't have any gems. This game is not giving me things. All right, let's do the den. This may be a quick end to the game, honestly. Oh yeah, and you can see the time you start is like 8 o'clock. Let's do this door here. I'm gonna do the parlor. Let me go this way. Let's see. Let's do the courtyard here. Give us a few extra doors to go through. So this is the parlor. So if you remember correctly, this is where we do the one puzzle. Let's grab the key. Let's see. This box contains gems. The other 2 boxes contain gems. All 3 boxes contain gems. So these 2 are... That's a lie. That's a lie. This has got to be the truth. Okay. So let's go ahead and unlock this room. Dead end would be okay. Because really there's nowhere else to go. I think I'm going to go ahead and choose the storeroom here to start with and get some of those, as I don't have any money. That would be very useful. Getting this key. There's a pawn here. I don't know. I don't remember what it was last time. Those types of things are things that you should probably note. I didn't, obviously, but I specifically didn't really write anything down for this one because, well, this isn't going to be my main game. So looks like the sledgehammer, nice, is in here. So if we find any lost trunks or locked trunks or lost, I mean, that also checks out. Let's see here. We've got a corridor, a guest bedroom, or a nursery. Ugh. Let's do the corridor. Let's come over here. I think I'm going to choose security here. We're going to go into the security room first. We've already been in here, and I'm not going to fiddle with anything right now. I don't see any items or anything. Let's go ahead and start opening with this door. We've got a pantry, a hallway, or in the observatory. I'm going to choose the pantry. And then I'm going to come over this way. We've already seen all of these. Ah, a locked door. Knew it. How dare you. Let's see. You've got a kitchen, which the stuff is for sale. I'm going to choose the closet because it's got a couple items in it. So we've got a reroll. Look at that. So this is an ivory dice, which allows you to reroll when you try and draft something. So in here, everything is the same. We've got some coins and an apple. Let's go ahead. Oh, of course it's an unlocked or a locked door. Why not? Let's see. Dining room, hallway, or guest bedroom. Let's do the hallway. It's gonna lead to a dead end on that side. Oh, right. And don't forget that this is not handwritten, therefore it is a lie. Let's see, we've got a boudoir, a bunk room or a commissary, which gives us items for sale. Let's do that. We've also got a variety of different things here. We've got, I can't actually use that. Trash can, there's the commissary. Let's read these notes real quick. With and without. The note here says commissary will be closed from day 12 to day 16, but it's not handwritten. Staff notice. Oh, we've already read the staff notice before. We got that somewhere else. Commissary, salt shaker, shovel, sleeping mask, metal detector. Let's do the shovel. And we can also, I guess it can be useful for that. We can also do the salt shaker. Whenever you eat food and gain stamina, you gain extra stamina. Oh, beautiful. Okay, it looks like we've got the passageway, we've got the guest bedroom, and the utility closet. I'm gonna choose, this is so risky though. I don't have enough coins for the passageway. I'm gonna choose the guest bedroom because I get 10. Ooh, look at this. We can inspect documents with the magnifying glass. Oh, we've already been in here, so there we go. All right, so we have to walk all the freaking way back, which is fine. Also, looks like there's going to be a sale on day 20 and 21. So I guess keep that in mind. I think that's a good warning of like how long this game could possibly go. Which makes sense. That's how roguelikes generally go. Oh, we got the shovel, so we can dig this. We got a turnip, and it looks like we got 7 stamina because we had some salt shakers. Nice. I like that. Get some extra stamina. May or may not need it after this, since this is the only door we have left. Yeah, we're done here because there's nowhere we can go. So I guess we'll just take this. My choice sometimes for like rooms is not helpful. I got 2 keys there from here. Was there any other items in here that are new? I don't see anything. So that whole thing went a lot faster because I locked myself in. Which is something that I've noticed happens a lot. All right, so we got the east facing in again. Let's go ahead and let's just do, well, I screwed up that day, so I was hoping to try, or to show you guys something new. Alas, I did not. I guess we got the commissary, which was new, and I got to show off the shovel, but that wasn't really what I was aiming for. So, all right, so over here, ooh, we've got the coat check, but I'm actually going to choose the hallway because it opens up so many more doors for us. I want to make sure that we do that. Oh, we got the billiard room. Let's do that. We haven't done that one yet. Then up here, let's choose... I'm going to choose the storeroom. That's really risky, but it's fine. It'll be okay. But I also get a key, some money, and a gemstone, so the next few areas will be very nice. Now, in the billiard room, obviously you can play pool. Well, we can't play pool, but if you have one like this, that's what you play. Well, we have this, which is a mathematic puzzle game. So let's go ahead and start the puzzle game. So we've got 3 lit up and we've got 5 lit up. Now that blue means to add. I'm just going to tell you how this puzzle works. We start with 13 and then we've got 12. Now this one is the next one, which is subtraction. So the answer is 1. 12 minus 6 is 6. Now this one is going to be 3 and then we're going to multiply it by 3, which is 9. Let's see, starting with 15 minus 11 is 4. And if you screwed up... Oh, did I do that? I screwed that up, didn't I? Did I do the math wrong? Or did I say the wrong thing? I might have said the wrong thing. Let's go ahead and just really quickly do that again. The good news is once you start this, it doesn't change it each time. So if you screw up like I did, 15 minus 11 is 4. Oh, times 3. So 4 times 3, I missed that, is 12. All right. Anyway, once you do that, you get whatever item is in there. It's not always keys. I guess that's my warning. You might be like, oh, it's just keys. It's not keys. Let's do the spare room here. I don't want to do the chapel because it's basically the same thing. Items. Nope. Okay. In this room, we have the passageway, which I don't have the money for. We have the pantry. I'm going to do the pantry. You've already done the pantry before. Oh, this time it's got a banana, though. Wonderful. Don't forget there's 5 of each of those in here. Chapel, bedroom, nursery. I'm going to do the chapel this time. And I could go to the north, but I'm actually I'm going to open up both of these doors for obvious reasons. I'm going to do the kitchen, food for sale. We haven't been in there yet. And then I'm going to go this way, and I'm going to open this up to either the nook or the bedroom. I'm going to do the bedroom. We're going to start by going to the kitchen, though, because is there any items in here? I don't actually see any. I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't any in there. So in the kitchen, is there any items? I don't see any items, but can I take the rolling pin? No. Of course not. If you try and buy stuff, you can buy a banana, you can buy a club sandwich, and you can buy bacon and eggs today. And add morning room to today's draft pool. Yes. I don't know what that is. I haven't gotten that one before. Oh, I'm excited. And it just means that there's a new room that we could possibly draft. Let's see. So the corridor allows us to go straight into the hallway. Utility closet. No, I can't do that. Dang it. Let's do the utility closet. I'll show off the breaker. So in here, there's the 2 thingies, and then we've got the breaker box. So we can turn off the power to the key card system if we want, but I'm going to turn on the garage. You remember how we had the terminal where it's like if the power is off, then it turns to open? If it turns back on? Yeah. And also we have no idea what it says on the bottom. This is something with C, I think? I don't know. Okay, well, let's go out of here. Let's go to the bedroom. And I had to pay money because we went to the chapel. Let's see, what's in here? Anything of interest? Aha. Yes, please. There is a nice little ivory dice that we can use to re-roll. Hopefully I don't forget to re-roll because that would be massively embarrassing, but you know. Let's see here. I'm thinking the den's gonna be the best bet here. So we have a little bit more room to go. Let's try that. What do we got? We've got the parlor, the guest bedroom, and the garage. Let's do the garage. This one's a little bit more interesting. So first of all, remember how we just turned the power on to the garage? Hello. Yes, thank you. Yeah. Good news, folks. Let's see here. Christoph, this is the 3rd time this month you and the car have been gone when your services were required. I don't care how long you have been driving for his lordship. Your absences must be accounted for. From Miss Babbage. All right, so there's an ace and a car. I'm sorry, queen and a car. But anyway, this unlocks something new. So first of all, this just leads to the gate, so you can't actually go that way. Yeah, no. This is some of the more exciting things as far as I'm concerned. Like, suddenly you get to explore. And I'm actually really glad we got to go this way. Because that whole area is now blocked off with the garage. But actually, it's not. And if you've made it this far into the video, I don't really mind spoiling at this point. The West Gate has been permanently unlocked and permanent changes do not reset. So that is the entrance, by the way. So yeah, we went all the way out here, and I'm not going to explore all the way, like everything out here, but I am going to come over this direction. There's a whole area to the other side that I'm just not going to go to. So if you want to get to that, you're going to have to play the game. But we do have something here. We've got a trading post, a root cellar, or a hovel. Now the hovel allows special floor fans to cost steps instead of diamonds, which I think that's probably for the best here, because our gems are not great. Dear Mr. Rivan, your half-hearted dedication and maintenance of the grounds have been greatly appreciated. However, I regret to inform you that your services as the groundkeeper at Mount Holly will no longer be required, effective immediately. This decision has been made after careful consideration, is based off repeated observations and documented instances of neglect in the performance of your duties. The state of the green ruins in particular has deteriorated significantly over the last few months, which reflects poorly on the rest of the staff. You are required to vacate the hovel by the 20th of March, ensuring all tools and equipment belonging to the estate are returned to the tool shed in good condition. Your final wages will be settled promptly upon completion of these instructions. Ouch, somebody got fired. Let's see, I don't really see any tools or anything here. Speaking of tools, sometimes there's like stuff in rooms, so they look grindy. Oh, look, there's bear traps up there. Okay, but yeah, so now we can build stuff using stamina. And since we could get back in the garage, but there's literally no reason to do that because that whole area is blocked off. And you may notice that we're actually out of rooms on that side, which kind of sucks, but that's okay because that'll keep this episode closer to an hour. But yeah, here's the entrance. Holy crap, that looks so cool. Kind of looks like a painting. You probably, and as you can see, you can actually go that direction. You probably noticed that as I came, each time I came inside, you're probably like, but wait, you can go back. And yeah, you could, but no. All right, let's see what our last few rooms are. Let's go ahead and do, the commissary gives you items for sale. Let's do the Nook. I like the word Nook. See if we can't get any sort of interesting stuff. Let's do the corridor. One more room here. Looks like we really don't have anything else that we can do. Let's go ahead and redraw this. Dining room, drawing room, nothing of interest though, unfortunately for us. We have a lot of keys too. But that's okay, let's do the last puzzle for today. Let's see. The gems are in the true box. There's only one box in this room. There are 4 boxes in this room, so it's in this one. And for the record, if you run out of stamina, the game just ends. It just goes dark and it's just like, yeah, game is over. Yay. What do we get this time? Quaint cottage. Beautiful. All right, so I think that gives you kind of a view of what this game is. There are much more in-depth puzzles that I'm not really addressing because we didn't get that far. But that's kind of the point of this type of roguelite, where you explore, over and over again, unlock new things, figure out new stuff. Like, yeah, we now have this unlocked. So that's actually really nice. I have no idea why I'm moving so quickly. This is not moving this quickly. Okay, whatever. So like now we have different rooms we can draft. We can draft a shelter, a root cellar, or a trading post. So let's go ahead and choose the shelter because that allows us to be protected from red rooms, which we haven't really come across. And you can see the different stuff is down here. There's a note down here. What's this note say? Remain where you are for now. Given that the Red Guard is due tomorrow, we've agreed with your plan and have disabled remote access to the other terminals and have sealed the network mainframe. Regardless of the danger, I am still not willing to risk removing shelter from the draft pool while the 3 of you are down there. Our best bet is to sit tight and hope for a little bit of luck. So yeah, there's a terminal here. We don't really know anything about the red guard. There is a time lock safe, and you can use any date and time as long as it's at least 1 hour in the future. Once unlocked, the time lock safe will remain open for 4 hours. We don't have the time and date right now, but yeah, it's right here. So you can set that and basically just wait once you know the time and date, which is very interesting. So remember how we were looking at the clocks? Yeah, there's actually calendars as well, which I don't think we've found, but now if we do go and do anything, yeah, the red rooms won't be able to hurt us. I personally really like this type of game. It's giving me like Myst. There was another newer version. I don't want to say newer version of Myst. I'm not talking about the sequels to Myst either. I'm thinking of like Abduction, I think is one. I actually played it for the channel very briefly. But it's kind of giving me that kind of vibe, but rather than just, you know, you go, everything's set, everything is the same all of the time. Where it's like once you solve the puzzles once, you know how to solve the puzzles. I feel like this is obviously a little bit different, where it's like, oh, you may know the puzzles. Like, even if I played, like, yeah, I may know the puzzles, but I'm not gonna know where everything is, and I may not be able to find the puzzles, actually. So yeah, like, I found a metal detector, but the other times that we've been in the coat room, it hasn't been that hasn't been in there. So that's important to note. And now we can see the time. It is 8:20, coming up on 8:25. So yeah, I don't know. I personally really kind of like that aspect. It gives it a bit of replayability, where I feel like we didn't really get that in Myst. Like, once you know the story of Myst, you're pretty well done. Like, you don't need to play Myst again, unless you're particularly interested in playing that again, because you know at that point, you know 18 minus 6 is 12. Once you know the story, you know the story. So I don't know. I like that. 6 times 3 is 18. Where is it? And then 9, 8. 8 times 8 is 16. And we got a special silver key. Unlocking a door with a silver key leads to a room with many doors. Interesting. And some of the stuff as I was playing today, I had never seen before. So that's kind of interesting to me as well, because yeah, I played for, I think, about 4-ish hours yesterday, and I saw a good portion of the rooms, but I didn't see everything. And I don't know, I like that. I like the fact that, like, I can play the game, and yet there will still be new things to explore, even though I've played quite a bit already. So yeah, I guess we're just playing an extra day, since I think that was like my ending rant. But wait, why am I tinking? Oh, because there's money on the ground over here. I don't know if the money pops up for... Did I do that? Only if you have the metal detector, or if it's there all of the time and I just never freaking noticed it, to be honest. I think it's probably the latter. Okay, let's just go ahead and open both these doors. I'm hoping to get a little further this time. I'm gonna do the nook here. My general suggestion for this whole thing is to do... is to do the bottom part first, and then, like, as you go to the north. Which I think is pretty good. The white box does not have a statement. This is true. The gems are in a box with a statement. I mean, that's true. There is no statement. I'm gonna guess that's false. Yeah, look at that. That took me a second. Probably not the best. Let's put the commissary here. Let's see what they have for sale. I have 5 coins today. Wait, why is that tinking? Is there... Oh, because there's some coins back. There's some coins back there. Hello. Let's see. Magnifying glass, shovel, set of gems. Let's see. Let's grab... I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to grab that. Perfect. I haven't really used that, have I? Let's get the West Wing Hall here. Opens up a couple doors. Why is this all blocked? Oh, there's a note here. Out of respect for the late Lady Clara Epson, the West Wing will be closed until further notice. While the floor plans associated with this wing have not been removed from the pool, we ask that staff members refrain from drafting them during this period of mourning. Likewise, any... Interesting. So we can actually, like, view things closer, but nothing of interest on there. Let's see what we've got here. We've got a corridor. We've got the dining room. I think I'm going to put the dining room there. And let's turn around and go this way. Let's see, we've got the patio. I'm gonna do the patio, which spreads gems to each green room. Let's go back the other direction first. So this room here, hello. Each time you collect 3 gold, earn an additional 1 in interest. Nice. So once we get to rank 8, which we are currently not, we can open that. So we've got a dark room. I think that's the room we're gonna go for. Now we're sheltered. So if you're not sheltered, this room would go out. It looks like there's a bunch of pictures and stuff. And actually, we can use the magnifying glass to actually magnify stuff. Let's see here. We can magnify 1128. Interesting. Let's see here. What does this say? Green memos found in Hartley's room are always false. I don't know who Hartley is, and I don't know what green memo. What does this say? Print notes. HS has requested yet another print of her ladyship, I assume for one of her rooms in the West Wing, as well as an enlarged print of the enclosed photograph. He said the last development was too dark to keep an eye on that. So that one, which we've already looked at. We've already looked at this one. I think it's the same, probably. Yeah, 1128. Also looks like we got an electronic key card. We already kind of learned that there was security somewhere, so... Fuzzy photos. I don't really see much else here of interest. Let's go ahead and unlock both of these. Ooh, we've got the archives and a nursery. While drafting, you will no longer be able to see all 3 of your potential floor plans. That seems a little messy to start with. Let's go ahead and do the nursery. What are you thinking about? Where? Ah, there's some money on the ground. Interesting. Let's see. There's a book here and a banana. I'm gonna eat that. There is a book here that we can read, but I'm not gonna do that right now because that doesn't really matter at this point. Let's go ahead and just see what the last door down here is. I think a dead end would probably be best. The guest bedroom? This wasn't Hartley's room, was it? Hello, Gem. Yoink. Was this Hartley's room? I can't tell if that's K and L. I think that's KL. Who's Hartley? Have we even heard of a Hartley? Because I don't feel like we have. Right? I feel like that's definitely not a thing. Let's go to the patio. It's what you think it is. It's a patio. Though over here we have, what is this? A gem. Occasionally you may discover small mounds. Oh, that's like what I was telling you. You can dig in those. I don't think we have a shovel today, so there will be none of that. Nunst. Let's see here. Coat check or the kitchen. Looks like this is going to lead us to a dead end regardless. So let's go ahead and do the coat check. So what you can do here is if you come in here, you can actually give them an item. So for example, let's go ahead and give them the key card, and then later, once we find this, we'll be able to take the key card back, which is very interesting. I like that. Let's see. Let's go commissary wise. We have to go commissary wise. Here's the parlor. Now this, we have to go into the chapel and we have to go into the chapel. We have one room left. No! Oh, but I'm sheltered from this because this is one of the rooms that I was sheltered. Okay, let's see here. Anything in here of interest? I've got 2 rooms. We can redraw. We've got a walk-in closet and a bunk room and a corridor. Let's go ahead and redraw these. There's security. I'm going to go ahead and choose that. Yes, thank you. And then over here, oh, we have some special keys. Let's go ahead and use the special key. Ooh, we've got the aquarium. Let's go ahead and choose that. I'm more curious about this. Looks like we've got fish. I mean, I don't know what you expected in an aquarium, but it looks like there's a dig point. They made this into like a little... Oh, there's some signs on the wall there. Interesting. So let's see, we got a door here. Let's see, we can make this... Let's make that into a storeroom because it's really the only option we have. We got some money. We got a coin. Or I'm sorry, we got a key and the gem. Because this room is every color, that's why it's sheltered. Even though there was like nothing bad per se that could happen here. Let's choose the bunk room here because this is also a dead end. So we got 2 sets of coins. I did get to rest. Oh, there's more coins down here. There's also almost like a little fire in this room. Like what? What? That's weird. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so that is fun. So let's head this way. We've got security room. We only have one door left. Okay, luckily we can unlock it. Let's see. I don't have any rerolls and we're pretty dead here on arrival. Unfortunately for us, that's okay. Looks like we can buy some keys. Oh, look at this. Looks like we can buy 1 key, 3 keys, a special key, or a lockpick kit, which of course we can't really do anything with right now, but that's okay. That's okay. So yeah, that is Blueprints. I like the concept of this. I've got way too many hours in it, and now I've got another hour and almost an hour and a half in this. So yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments about this, and I will see you guys in another episode. Like I said, I didn't touch on everything, so if you're like, you missed this, I may not have. I just didn't want to like bring it up currently because I don't want to spoil too much. Like I've already spoiled enough. So, all right, peace.